All right, guys, it's your lucky day. I am in a speaking competition, and I don't think I made it to the finals. But there's like 50 people competing. It was an 8-minute presentation. I'm proud of myself. I did really, really well. But there's a lot of people speaking. So I didn't make it to finals. I'm guessing. But I got to go down. I'm in my hotel room. I got to go down to the finals to find the announcement out. And then if you made the finals, then 5 people have to compete for 5 minutes or less. No PowerPoints on any subject they want. I have never stood on stage and talked about sobriety. I've only stood on stage and talked about my business, what I teach for a living. I'm in the dental industry, right? I'm going to stand on stage if I happen to make the finals, and I'm going to talk about sobriety. And so what I thought is, I need to practice. I'll practice with you guys. Whether they ever hear it or not, it doesn't matter. You guys are the guys, the people. The guys is those that need to hear it anyway. So let me give it a shot. I'm just winging it. Mostly I just want to practice. All right. So if I stand in front of you and I describe a man drinking a bottle out of a paper bag, what would you call that? Most people would probably say alcoholic or somebody with a drunk problem. If I describe a meeting where somebody stands up, introduces themselves, and says they have a problem, what kind of a meeting would you assume that is? Probably Alcoholics Anonymous, right? We all have this idea of what an alcoholic is. But here's the thing. In 2018, 2019, I'm a professional woman. I had a successful business. I have 2 beautiful grown children. I came to conferences like this. I hung with the best of you. I started early. I ended late. I got up. I spoke the next day. I did not consider myself an alcoholic. On the outside, you would think I had everything under control. But on the inside, I was battling something. But I didn't know what I was battling. Until one day, I'm in the gym in the morning at a hotel trying to feed myself much positivity as I could get to get my day started. And I ran across this TED Talk. And in this TED Talk, this woman talked about being a gray area drunk. She was a professional person just like me, or gray area drinker. She was a professional person just like me, doing the same things I was doing, and had this internal battle. And when she did the research to see what this battle was, it was about her relationship with alcohol. And that spoke to me. Now, I didn't speak to anyone else about it, but that is exactly what I was feeling inside. And then in January of 2020, I went to another meeting just like this. And on the stage was somebody that I have followed in our industry for 20 plus years. I've seen her career grow. She looks from the outside like she has everything under control. I've met her a few times here and there. She's a great person. And during her presentation, as I was sitting there quite regretting how much I drank the night before, she talked about how she had stopped drinking because she realized whenever she had so much stress in her life, that her best friend relationships were with 3 people, Ben, Jerry, and Chardonnay. And I don't even know that she realizes that she made that joke. I don't even know that she realizes, well, she does now, how she impacted somebody in the room. But that was the last day I ever drank alcohol. See, what she gave me was the ability to see somebody who's only really one level above me, literally and figuratively. She gave me the ability to see somebody who's in my industry, who I look like, who I feel like, she's a mom, she's married, she's a professional in our industry. She gave me somebody that I could look at and say, if she can do it, I can do it, right? Because I didn't identify with my true idea of what an alcoholic was, but I could identify with her. That day was the day I decided to stop drinking. But I did a lot of research and I've done a lot of learning since then. And one of the things that I've learned is that alcoholism it's a spectrum. It's a disorder, right? And in our lives, it is part of our lives every single day. And we identify in our lives with I'm an alcoholic or I'm not. And that's not the case. See, I was on the spectrum. I was further along than some of you, I hope, but I was on the spectrum. And many of us are. And what she gave me that day was the ability for me to say, you know what? I'm kind of sick of this spectrum. I'm kind of sick of having this connection to alcohol. I think I can do life better. And I figured out many, many ways to do life better. So the reason I'm sharing this story with you today is because had she not told her story And had I not now told my story or gone out on social media and started telling my story, we couldn't help other people. We couldn't give people the ability to see somebody one step ahead of them and go, you know, if they can do it, I can do it. Or I identify with that person and I want to be able to see and do what they're doing because they shared their story with me. So my challenge to you is every single one of us has stories. Every single one of us has problems with addiction, with things going on at home, with insecurities, with whatever your problem is. We all have them, right? We all have those voices in our head. Recognize you're not alone. And recognize that that internal discussion that you're having with yourself might be one somebody else pretty close to you is having also. And if you take the time to share, if you're not afraid to open up and discuss it, if you reach out or share with others, not only are you going to have the impact to potentially help yourself, but you're also going to have the impact to help others. So I'm super proud to say up here, it's been 3.5 years now that I am no longer a gray area drinker, but my name is Laura and I'm 100% sober and I'm super proud for that. Thank you. What do you think? I don't know. Was it good enough? If nobody ever sees it, you guys are my judges. Write in the comments. If you loved it, great. If it helped you, awesome. If you haven't told your story yet, tell us your story. That's what we're here for. And if not, then it's all saved on TikTok history. Bye, guys. Love you.